Hello everyone, I'm Ambie Gonzalez from the channel Ambie Gonzalez TV. Today I'm going to share with you all how to speak like a native or how to talk like a native. Now this you can apply to any language. With my 2 easy tips, this is going to help you to sound more native. This is a very requested video I used to get all the time. I don't know why I've never actually touched on this topic, pero déjame explicar en español. Básicamente en este video yo quiero explicar a mis seguidores cómo ellos pueden hablar el idioma español como nativo. Mucha gente quiere saber este consejo, entonces por eso hoy estoy grabando este video. Si ustedes quieren ver este video, por favor sigue viendo. If you all want to see this video, keep watching. So let's go ahead and get started. So this video is for you all that have been asking about, you know, how can you talk Spanish like a native, how to sound more native. So number 2, you have to practice. You have to practice talking more. So there are a lot of people that are out here that's learning Spanish. A lot of people are learning different languages, and they're learning in a school setting. They're literally studying the language, and they're not necessarily practicing. So you have to practice speaking. We can all pass quizzes, we can all pass exams and tests, but when it comes to speaking actually on the street, can you pass that test? Probably not, because you're not getting enough practice in as far as speaking goes. You want to practice, you want to talk all the time in the language. So once you can start practicing more, you're almost on your way to sounding more native, right? And last but not least, number 1, the main thing of all, mimicking. Mimic.
You have to mimic.
You have to mimic. What do I mean by mimicking? Basically, you have to mimic native speakers. You have to try to sound like them. So for example, let's say you don't have any friends, any native friends, which you really should. You need to have native friends that can't speak English. I mean, that's going to help you a lot. But let's say you do not have any native friends, right? That's fine. You have TV, you have YouTube, you have all these audio programs. Listen to native speakers talk in movies and on the radio and mimic how they are sounding. So something that I do like with my Korean is I mimic how the speakers talk. I try to talk English the way that they talk English. And believe it or not, that helps me when I'm learning Korean because it spills over into the language. So, and it also helps me have a better understanding of the language when I hear how they talk in English. So, for example, like one of my Korean friends, he always tell me every time I go into his store, he's like,
"Oh, today so pretty. Today very well, dressed very well."
So it makes sense when I'm speaking Korean because now I know why the pattern is the way it is in Korean. They're speaking English the way that they speak in Korean. So you're learning Spanish. Try to copy the way the Spanish people are talking in English. That will kind of help you have a better understanding when it comes to Spanish, and you're able to mimic the accent a little more, right? So let's say you're watching I always say Daddy Yankee. He's like my favorite. I'm obsessed. But let's say you're watching a Daddy Yankee interview, right? Somewhere in Puerto Rico and on YouTube. Stop and pause his interview. Listen to how he talked and try to repeat it the exact same way that he say it. Although Daddy Yankee might not be a good example because Español de Puerto Rico is a little different. If you're not really used to different dialects, that's going to throw you off. So let's say Prince Royce, to me, he speaks clear when he speaks Spanish. You know, so, and I think he might have grew up in the States or something, but, you know, try to mimic the way that a native person speaks. Right? It definitely want to be somebody that's from a specific country because then that way you want to sound like them. Those are my 2 tips, you all. If you all enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. Don't forget to leave your comments below. If you have any questions for my next Q&A video I'm going to be doing really soon, leave your comments below. Also, don't forget to check out my Ambie self-study program that has relaunched. You guys can go to the link in the description box. Thank you all for your support. Muchísimas gracias por ver este video. And if you are not a subscriber, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And I will see you all in the next video. Hasta la próxima. Adiós. 오늘 한국어 말할 거예요.